Welcome back, everyone. Now we're continuing my top 100 games of all time. This is numbers 90 to 81. So just gonna delve right into it right away. My number 90 is going to be this little game called Fantasy Realms. So Fantasy Realms is a small little card game, very inexpensive card game. You can probably get for cheaper than $20, where you're trying to pick up cards, trying to create this little synergy to, of course, get the most points. Really themeless. There's another game out there called Red Rising that took that pretty much follows similar mechanisms, but honestly, they're two completely different games. This game plays in about 10 to 15 minutes. It's really quick. It's a ton of fun. Highly recommend. That's number 90, Fantasy Realms. My number 80 is an oldie, but still a goodie, and that's Castles of Burgundy. Dice placement game by Stefan Feld. The game is still a classic. I still believe it holds up to this day. You can't go wrong with this game. Now, of course, I have the old edition. I paid like $20 for it, but now they got I think it was Awakened Realms. They made a fancy edition out there, but. Yeah, Castle of Burgundy, still a classic, still a lot of fun to play, still staying in the collection probably for a long time. That's going to be my number 89. So number 88, I mentioned before, is going to be Red Rising. Red Rising is a game by Stonemaier Games. This came out last year. Like I said before, it's a little similar to Fantasy Realms. It's based off the book. The same name. I was actually reading the book a bit, but I don't know. The book and the game don't really feel. The theme is not really there. It's really just playing card. You're playing a card to a certain area and then picking up and doing the action of it. But with all that, it's still a lot of fun. I actually enjoyed this game a lot. I gave it a 7 last year, but I think my rating might go up because I keep thinking about it. It plays in about maybe an hour. Could be a little bit more depending on how many people you have. But it's a real simple game. Ton of fun to play. Not for everybody, but definitely worth checking out. That is Red Rising. That is my number 88. 87 was a game I reviewed not too long ago. It's pretty popular right now, and that is Cascadia. So in Cascadia, you are pretty much trying to build your own little ecosystem with you have deers, fish, hawks, bears. A really pleasant game. Plays in about an hour. I do recommend this game with 3 to 4 players over 2 because it's more of even though it is more of a solitaire game, you still can mess with other players trying to take certain things that they want. But really a lot of fun. One of the most relaxing games I've ever played. And I think it's going to be pretty popular for a while. That is Cascadia. Definitely worth checking out. That's all. That was my 87. My 86 is right over here. And that is another quick game. This is The King is Dead. So The King is Dead is a game for 2 to 3 players where you're trying to influence different factions in England, and you don't want to have a French takeover. So you're pretty much playing these cards, trying to influence different cubes and different areas of England. The game plays in really about 20 minutes. You can definitely play in 20 minutes or less. Some people complain about, you can just hold on to your cards for the whole game. No, not necessarily, because then everybody knows what you're going to do. And, then you miss out on doing different actions. But King is Dead is really a ton of fun. A game I also highly recommend if you want it. It's actually a really good filler game. I always enjoy bringing this to the table. It's always a good game we start off with on game night. That is The King is Dead, number 86. So 85 is going to be a game I recently got into last year. So I look at this as a gateway area control game, and that is Royals. So in Royals, again, another somewhat themeless game. You're pretty much getting trying to get together a collection of cards, so like there's red, gold, blue, and green to take over different parts of Europe. And you're getting these cards together to place influence there, and you can also attack other players by playing backstab cards and stuff. Really, really simple game. Plays in about an hour. But if you want to get into area control, this is a game I highly recommend to start off with. It gets to the table really easy. Also a lot of fun to play. Some nice tense decisions, back and forth, backstabbing, attacking other players. My type of game, and I enjoy it a lot. That is number 85, Royals. I want to get through this pretty quick. Don't want to waste you guys' time. So number 84. Now this is the expansion, but you can connect the expansions together. Is Heirloom The Sea. This is the expansion, Spies, Lies, and Supplies. Again, it doesn't matter which one you get. They both play pretty similar. This one adds a little bit more to it. You can combine the two games together. So it's similar to Battle Line, except you have 3 areas that you play out, and you're playing different cards to get control of that area. Another game that plays in about 15-20 minutes. A ton of fun to play. And it's small, portal. You can bring it anywhere with you. That is Heirloom The Sea. Definitely check this game out. Number 83. So number 83, I had a ton of fun. I played this at the Long Island convention last year, and this was my copy that finally got off my shelf of shame, and that is Space Base. So Space Base is a unique little game, and it's more of like an engine builder. You have your mat out, and you have all these different types of ships. You're rolling dice, activating the powers of each ship, collecting more cards, adding them to that. A lot of fun. I like this game a lot. It's just a lot of great decisions. Plays. I wouldn't recommend with 5 players. I think it plays 2 to 5. I think it drags at 5 players. I think 3, even 4 is a sweet spot. Even two players is a lot of fun. But if you like engine builders, definitely check this game out. And that is Space Base. That is my number 83. So my number 82 is a game that I hold dearly because you've watched it in my other videos. This is a game that got me into the hobby, and that is Letters from Whitechapel. So Letters from Whitechapel is a hidden movement game where one player plays Jack the Ripper, and the other players play the cops that are coming after him. So Jack the Ripper commits the murder, and you're secretly trying to get back to your base. The cops have to either corner Jack the Ripper, or they have to find out where his base is. Again, a lot of a great hidden movement game. I wouldn't say it's the best out there. I'm sure a lot of people prefer to play some other ones like this. Fury of Dracula out there is another great one. Might see some others later on, but the reason it's still in my collection is, because it's, again, the first modern board game that I bought, and I still hold it, and I still like to play it a lot, and it's still a lot of fun. But yeah, if you're into hidden movement games, definitely check this game out. That is Letters from Whitechapel. That was my number 82. So now on to the last one, 81 for the day. This is a little, I don't want to say little card game. This is somewhat of a deck builder, and that is Fort. Excuse me. So Fort is a game by Leader Games, one of my favorite game companies, where you're building out your own fort. You're collecting these cards, and you're laying them out into your yard. You're trying to have the most points at the end of the game. It's actually a mean little game too, which might turn some people off. Great components. Again, deck building is one of my favorites, so this was a game that I love having in my collection. It's a game I love to play anytime somebody wants to play it. But now, don't get fooled by the cover. I wouldn't recommend this game for kids. I think it's actually a little too complex for any. It says here age 10 and up. I think it's a little too complex for 10, or I think this is more a 13 and up game. It does play pretty quick. 2 to 4 players. I think all player counts is great for this game. But yeah, if you like a mean little deck builder, highly suggest you check this game out. That is 4. So that's going to be it for today. That was my number 81. Stay tuned for my next one is going to be 80 to 71. Hopefully have that out for you guys next week. But again, if you have any questions, would like to hear your top games as well, you can leave them in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. It will mean a lot to me. And until then, have a great one, guys.